And there we are. Good morning, everybody.
Good
It's
morning.
Tina here with Reseller Mom, aka Lucy. And we are here to have our final day of our June online arbitrage and replen and wholesale challenge. So, good
Yep,
morning.
just a minute. Getting all the lives going over here just so that I can hopefully answer questions and stuff in the chat. And like always, if you have questions, go ahead and bring them up. Let's see here, I'm trying to get Facebook here. Like always, if you have questions, there we go. I love how it's never muted. It always is like, and anytime you want the volume on, it's like, oh, we're gonna mute this for you. And then when I don't want the volume on, it does that. Anyhow, we have some stuff lined up today for you guys. We are going to talk about once you have found things and whatnot, and then we'll dive into, we're going to do some online sourcing live here with y'all, focusing on maybe back to school, Target, office stores, things that should be open to just about all the viewers, not locked down or gated brand stores, IPs, etc. And if you have any stores that you do want us to try and source or questions like that, we can try to incorporate that. But we are trying to keep the videos geared towards everybody. I mean, so those that are just starting out and new will also be able to do this. Good morning, Tara. See, I can see Tara's name over here, but on here it just says Facebook user. But good morning, Tara and Tycoon. How are you guys doing today?
Good morning. Yeah, the next stuff for everyone to be looking at. I feel like summer toys and summer stuff should have already been in, but it's not really too late to send them in. To me, the next things I am going to be looking at, which will be out in stores before you know it, is back to school items and summer blockbuster movie themed whatever. A shirt, a backpack, a toy. That's some of the hot stuff that will be coming up. Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Craig. Good morning, JR. So I was watching a Facebook thread the other day, and the general consensus for going into the fall was anything that you have for Halloween, Thanksgiving, you back to school needs to be going in like now. And then they tend to have all of their Q4 stuff in by October, end of October. And I'm going to probably go along with that because last year I pushed my stuff well into the end of November, and some of it like didn't even get processed for Q4 for Christmas time. It got stuck and delayed, and then I wound, the price goes down and you wind up with inventory that now you're taking a loss on. So
I like to get things there early as well. Before summer is completely over, usually all of my fall and Halloween stuff is already sent out. Now, of course, I get that so early because I source a lot of that wholesale. I realize, if you're only getting seasonal items, you have to wait until they get in the store as far as regular retail arbitrage, and that's okay too. But you want to be the first ones on it. And things have been slow checking into Amazon.
Yes. And for Halloween candy, I've kind of heard two different methods. One is just do merchant fulfilled, just like don't even try to send it in. And the other is right on October 15th, whenever you can like send that in, you be the first one sending it in.
Right.
So, all right. We wanted to go over, where's our notes, Tina? What are we?
I have them on a piece of paper. Okay. I have my notes right here like this.
Okay.
Lucy makes the nice Google slides. I didn't have time to do that. So I'm just going to read you my notes.
Yes. Well, we had a couple things to talk about. I think the first one was how to decide if you're going to be sourcing something, if you're worried about IP, child safety compliance, gating, etc., how to kind of double check those products. I think we were going to talk on first.
That was one of the things, yes, because we were talking about a twofold show today, because last week we talked about getting a wholesale account. And so we talked about how would we validate if this item is going to sell from a wholesale account, because you probably got the wholesale account because they have one item that you were actually looking for and wanted to buy. But what about all the other items that they have in their catalog? So we were talking about, loosely covering how to validate an item, because I could make days and hours long videos on stuff like that. Um, Using Google Trends, and also then if they were items like you were just saying, if they were items that required child safety paperwork, how would you know when you're looking at the item if you're likely going to get hit with that? And what are some things that you could do ahead of time so you're now not stuck with 500 things and you can't get that paperwork?
So I just typed in frozen toy to like have a product example here. So we'll dive in. Like, I know this Disney Deluxe hairstyle thingy-mabob is been sold at TJ Maxx, Ross, the discount stores. It can also go on sale at Target. So this might be an OA type of item that you come across, clearance or otherwise, and or wholesale. I mean, this could be a wholesale item as well. And you're looking at it and you're going, well, I don't know if I should get it, because what if it gets compliance problems or whatnot? For me personally, when I am sourcing, especially from a wholesaler, when I make my purchase is when I will also ask for safety documents, because that's who you're going to ask. You're going to ask the manufacturer, you're going to ask the distributor, you're going to ask your wholesaler. But you can't go into Target and ask for compliance
Right.
paperwork. But Target's going to be like, yeah, no, we're not going to give it to you. Some stores will. I've called Hallmark and other stores like that will, manufacturers will give you the safety compliance paperwork sometimes.
That's
And
correct.
you don't necessarily need it though. I mean, it's just good, if a good habit if you're ordering things, to grab it. The other thing that I tend to look for is, well, one, to run an IP alert, which I think it got disconnected. I had to like update my computer, and so a lot of things got turned off. I think my IP thing got turned off. I don't see it flagging here. Good times. I love technology. Technology has been fighting me all day.
Yeah.
All day. The other thing I will look for is offer
Offer.
offer count. So there's 7 people on here, and that tells me that they're not getting they're not getting any problems with the listing. If you all of a sudden see like 8 offers and then like 0, that's a big red flag that maybe IP claims were given out, or compliance paperwork is needed, etc. And even if you get compliance paperwork, you still have like 30 days to sell out before you have to turn
Before
in
you're
that paper.
required to get it in. That's right.
Mhm.
Generally, for those who've got safety document compliance paperwork request, you kind of already know what categories. Other people maybe have never had them before. For me personally, most of my requests come from toys. I feel like across the board, everybody kind of knows that now. And for items that are safety, like let's say a pull float, a life jacket vest, something like that, I've gotten flagged for things of that nature. Always across the kids, even baby clothes, anything that's for children under the age of 12. You don't always get a safety document compliance paperwork request, but just know that it's highly likely that you will. So if you are buying these things from a wholesale supplier, you can ask them at the time of purchase, hey, do you happen to have this paperwork, for this item? You can ask them before you even purchase it. And usually your rep will get back to you and say, well, let me look into that and I'll let you know if I can get that for you. Some of the wholesalers now are accustomed to us Amazon sellers asking for that. At first, they used to not be able to get them, but now most of them are readily available and have them. There is a link. I'll have to find it later and put it in this video that I have saved, where you can get it through Walmart. If Walmart carries that toy, you can plug in the UPC code and see if it's available on there. And like Lucy said, I had even bought colored markers from the Dollar Tree once, and they were part of a bundle that I had. And I got flagged for it because of these markers. And Amazon wanted to know essentially like the ingredients, the factory it was made at. And I thought, oh, Lord. So I actually looked on the back of the package from the Dollar Tree where the markers came from. And I called up that company directly. And sure enough, I was able to get those safety documents from them. I was shocked. So you'll be surprised. And these companies are required by law to have them. They have to have this safety document paperwork. Now, whether they give it to you or not is another story. But when it is a wholesaler, they're required to get it from their supply source. And usually
They
there's
are now.
yes.
It's fairly recent rule. So if you're
Hmm.
buying something from closeout that is from, I want to say 2017 or earlier,
Hmm.
they may not have the paperwork.
Right.
The other thing that I like to look and see is how old is the listing.
Hmm.
And if we looked at that, I'll bring it right up again. If we look at this frozen one, if you go down here, you can see that it's 365 days old. And if Amazon is on it, and Amazon is on this one. So Amazon being on it, they probably have the compliance paperwork. They should. Sometimes they don't
You
follow
should.
their own
Now,
rules.
all of a sudden, if Amazon ever sells out, all of a sudden you're going to need it.
And it's been
And
up
hey,
for a year. So they typically flag things about every 6 months. They'll go through and flag things. So for me, if it's a listing that's 8 months or older, then
it's usually going to be
I'm
pretty
usually
safe.
good. Yeah.
That's right. And this is important to know going into Q4 because I know it left a lot of us a little shyer to buy heavy on the toys last Q4 because we're like, hey, are we going to get hit with, a safety document paperwork?
Mhm.
And thank God all of us have the ability to sell on eBay and Mercari and other online platforms. So if you end up getting stuck with inventory that you just can't get this paperwork for, you guys, you have so many other places you can sell it. And that's the beauty of it. You're not at a loss.
I do have to say though that you also can get your items back, rework them into a different bundle or different pairing, and it kind of resets the clock on when you need to do that paperwork.
Yes.
So obviously you wouldn't be sourcing it anymore, but in terms of when I get stuff back that I, didn't sell for what I thought it was, I have a couple of avenues, and my go-tos is to rework it into something that will sell it on a different platform. And it goes down, and like the bottom of the list is to damage it out, to donate it, etc. I will try every avenue to make any sort of money, again depending on how much it's worth. I'm not going to spend all day trying to make $5, but you can usually rework those items and reset the time period, and or get it into a category that doesn't require safety compliance paperwork. Maybe it's an item that is kind of bordering between toys and office supplies or something, and in office supplies it's not going to need it, but in toys it does. You're going to want to relist it over in a different category. And I'm not saying to sit here and skirt Amazon's rules and regulations and stuff. Obviously you'd sell out of your product and then just move on to something that you do get the regulations from, because at the end of the day we want our kids to be safe, and that's what these rules are about. But sometimes Amazon's logic is not logical. It's like, really, this backpack that's made for high schoolers isn't, the toddlers aren't going to chew on it and get whatever poisoning that they're worried about getting poisoned. You got to make some common sense decisions with Amazon, because Amazon doesn't have common sense on some things. What was the other thing on our topic list?
Well, these things are definitely much more of a deep dive. And so I'll probably just make some single videos alone on them. But for those that did get a wholesale account, what I was talking about is, and you found this wholesale account and maybe they have items that you think look good, but they don't exist on Amazon. So you're considering making a listing for an item. How do you validate if that item is going to sell? Because we don't have a crystal ball. So how can we tell, like, hey, I think this looks good. Is this maybe going to sell on Amazon if I made the listing? Because I don't want to commit to buying too many of these and now be stuck with them. So, how can we validate things in these wholesale supplier catalogs? to create listings on or bundles out of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a huge topic,
It
and
is a huge topic, and that's why I said it would be hard to really cover that just today. So if anyone is interested in that, I think I could just make some videos on doing that. Um,
okay.
but
Well,
we can use Google Trends. That is part of me also talking about validating these things. But we can use Google Trends to also use to validate, these new toys. Like when we're talking about back to school backpacks that are, say, character themed. The Frozen Disney, the Buzz Lightyear um, new movie that's out, the Jurassic World. I think it's Jurassic World Dominion, something like that. How can we validate which is the more highly sought after blockbuster movie themed toys or back to school items for kids? And you can do that by going on Google Trends and typing that in.
mhm. Nice. I haven't seen anybody requesting anything, so we'll start diving into some office stores here. And I got starting off, you know what? I'm going to kill our faces just so that it gets bigger for the audience there. And now I can make faces at Tina behind the scenes. But and good morning, Nate. I said hi in the chat, but thank you for joining us, everybody who's here with us. We're going to just browse around and see where our sourcing takes us. And this is kind of, oop, Jiminy Christmas, what did I do? I don't even know what I did. This would be like an alternative to, again, Tina and I, we don't use tactical arbitrage. We use VAs. We look for things. And a lot of times, if you find something that you think may sell well, I'm going to look for a more complex bundle, something that's a 2-pack or a multi-pack, or, if you're getting pencils, think of a pencils plus a pencil case, a backpack plus a lunchbox, things like that. So we haven't really, let's look at school supplies, because that's kind of what I'm interested in right now.
I will say I have never sourced on Staples, so this will also be my first time even looking at this.
Nice. I have sourced every once in a while, and mainly to look for things like we've got a pencil here, and let's just type in.
You mean a ruler?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, ruler.
I cannot resist.
So when you type in back to school, you can already see bundle options that would be good. Back to school supplies, aesthetic, college, high school, kindergarten for girls, bulk, middle school, cute, kit. To kind of see what kind of bundles are out there. Oh yeah. Here we go. There's a bundle idea, that mega back to school over 90 items that somebody put together. They're now ranked at 56,000 in office. And I can tell you right now, most of these items are going to be under $1 to get. They're probably getting the markers at Walmart. The ruler looks like the ruler we just looked at. We've got some other things here. So just kind of keeping my eye out on, if I were going to make my own bundle, what would I be getting?
Yeah, and a lot of these bundles, you see that they sold very well. You can tell just by the reviews that are on them. And if you investigate them well, it could be a bundle that you can very easily also sell on if they have not added their own very unique item. And on a lot of these that I'm just quickly looking at as you scroll over them, I don't see any really rare thing that is just theirs.
No. So sometimes I put the store name in there, and the Staples ruler is definitely, Staples. Here we go. Found it. It's not looking like it sells, but I found it. I don't know if this is the right one. 18-inch ruler. Come on, Keepa. My computer's so slow today. Yeah, it looks like there might have been some sales back in the day, back in 2019. And that's assuming that this lines up. Yeah, this is a 12-inch. But that's how I would go about looking at it. So now we're going to start diving in. And looking at things. I also like to look at coffee on here. I know coffee's. Nate says he's going to try a back to school bundle. Very
Yeah,
cool.
I'm going to try to do, I've always done back to school, but I've never done any of these gigantic bundles. I've seen them every year. But I too, I think I'm also going to try some of these much bigger bundles because one of my goals is to start putting together much more expensive bundles like that, just
Mhm.
because I think you're also going to make that much more money. Now, I
Yeah,
don't know if school bundles like this sell on eBay. I've never looked that up, but certainly I do know for Amazon.
for sure.
But yeah,
I mean, this
I've been the much smaller bundles that I've made.
is going on. What was that? Pencil case. Sometimes I do the search, but no, it's not going to work. Facebook user says last year locker organizers were very
Oh
fast.
gosh, yes. I've done locker organizers for years. I didn't last year. All through COVID, I didn't even mess with any of that stuff. But yeah, locker shelves, locker organizers, decorating locker kits. In the past, locker chandeliers. I've done very well with those in previous years.
So I was looking at this pencil case just for S's and G's here, and right now it's $229. But this would be something that would go on the clearance at the end of school season, which is I don't know when Staples goes on clearance, maybe mid August, end of August. And if you got this for the right price, let's say you got it for 99 cents, the margins are better. But this is an item like you're not gonna pay your bills making 53 cents an item, right? But it could be a good item to stick into other bundles or group together, or there's lots of other options out there. So let's look at not Staples. What do you call it? Locker crud. Oh,
Locker decorations.
yeah. Well, I'm getting actual lockers, so I'm gonna price the opposite. I need more coffee. Price low to high. There we go. Passport 36. So is that 7.49 for a pack of 36?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think that's for crafting and things for like arts and crafts stuff.
Yeah. Loctite. I don't see locker decorations. That's weird. They always have locker decorations.
Because then I know
Is it
they've done
called
like
something
locker
else?
wallpaper, locker chandeliers, locker rugs, locker shelves, locker mirror.
Locker accessories.
There you go.
Hello, hello. Okay. I was on Facebook. Hi, Cynthia. Yeah, now I see your name on here. And then Facebook user, for me, I think about what I can't really find in the stores. Last year, I personally had to buy on Amazon, especially notebooks as well as special type of pencil case. But it is what the teacher needed.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that the schools, the teachers give you their special lists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I use that as a sourcing list.
Yeah, when you go into Walmart, your local Walmart, you'll see what the schools want and hey, and if it was something that you couldn't personally find on Amazon, well now that you know that whatever those items are for you, you can look to source them at the store and sell them on Amazon yourself.
Yep.
Yes, Cynthia locker rugs. I did bundles with that where I had like it was. I was so lucky though. I found them at the dollar store. So they were a closeout brand of locker supplies a few years ago. I don't remember what it was called, but I put together bundles. It was like a locker rug with a mirror, and it was a magnet like a pencil holder that would go on inside the locker door. So it was like a little cup, and they could put their pencils and things like that in them.
Yep. Definitely. Trying to get, is there a way to filter out Staples stuff?
I don't know. I never shopped this site.
I
But you
know.
would
Oh, there
probably
we go.
have to type really, really specifically, and maybe they don't have any locker decor yet. Maybe it's just too soon. but they are releasing the things like the glue and the pencils and the paper and that kind of stuff.
What about True Red? Is that Staples? Yeah,
I
that would
don't
be
know. I'm
Staples.
not familiar with that brand. Elmer's, Crayola, of course, all of those Fiskars. That's always those little scissors. And it may just be too soon. I know that Target right now does have out school
Ooh,
stuff. When I
all
went
right.
in there last week, they were already putting out the lunch boxes and backpacks. And although I find Target is usually a little too high priced on their items, their full price is just too high.
Yeah, $15.
Yeah. But right here, when you're looking at these school supplies, this already tells you what the stores are projecting is going to be hot, right?
Mhm.
So you already scrolled past it, but I believe it was Minecraft that was up there, Pokemon, as
Yep.
far as the back to school lunch boxes, the funtainers. They're telling us what they project to be popular.
Okay, I want that lunchbox. The new okay, so you got to follow trends and whatnot, and the new Star Trek that just came out with Fudge. It was Captain Kirk's predecessor. Anyhow, really good. It's actually kind of reviving Star Trek, and so uh, you got to pay attention to that. So you may not be a Trekkie fan, which is fine. I want that one too.
That one's been around for years. I've always thought that was funny.
But pay attention to what's trending. Thermos. I like the R2D2 thermos, but $99 or $9.99, $9.99. Not really on. What else? Bring us the
And I
girl.
think these are a lot of the third party sellers, these lunch boxes that you're looking at. I don't think that these are from Target.
No, these are all Target.
Are they?
Yeah, this is what Target is selling.
Huh. No, it's not. Look under that like crowded coupe, for instance. It says sold and shipped by, that's at TOYNK, a
Oh,
Target
over there.
Plus partner. Yeah, I've noticed that on Target the last year is that there's a lot of third party seller.
I didn't know Target started doing that.
Yep.
This is
Yeah,
where we got ungated for Squishmallows.
correct.
Yeah, if you need ungating for Squishmallows, this site is where you can buy them. Shut up, Rakuten. Oh my god, the pop-ups for reals. Okay. Harry Potter, Office. I don't think you're going to get it cheaper. It's probably the same price over there.
And Nate says that they did really great with left-handed scissors. How fun would that be? Make a left-handed kids back to school, and it would be left-handed simply because of the scissors, right? Because a pencil doesn't apply. And then somebody else says that Costco has a 3-pack of bento boxes that you could break up and sell individually. Yeah, and you could possibly then make a bundle out of the bento box by adding a drink container to go with it that you source somewhere else that color matches, that looks good with it. Um, and Carolyn, I see that you're popping in and popping out.
Nate says, "Can you put a link into what?" I'll pop whatever link you want. We're just sourcing around. They do have left-handed kits here, or at least maybe these are just sponsored.
Yeah, guys, get inspecting some of these bundles because you'll see some of these things are so easily sourced and put back together and put together. And that way you can get a head start on it now by getting these things ordered, or at least, add them to your shopping cart, because maybe you're going to find some of them at Office Depot, some at Staples, some at Target. Sometimes when people put these bundles together, they're clever as to not make all these items found at one store, but they're generally found at very common stores. Or just get ideas to create your own. And always the popular characters are easier to sell because kids, especially little kids, they want that back to school Minecraft or some other character.
For sure. I was looking at this one. This is a 92-piece kit going for $50 all day long.
And look at all that ratings down there, 358 ratings, and it's at a 4.5 star. That's a lot of pieces. Like that would make my brain spin to have to go through there.
You'd have to buy them in very big bulk.
Yeah. See, for me personally, that's just too busy and too much for me to try to go through there and figure that bundle out. But I know that there are some people have more patience than me and would totally be down for doing that.
Oh, they're probably sourcing all of this for less than $20.
Yes, you would have to, because then you're also talking about the weight. I have sold composition books in the past where it's like a 4-pack of composition books, and
Uh-huh.
they actually get quite heavy to ship it into Amazon.
Oh,
So
for
then you're
sure.
shipping, you're having to break it apart into a couple different boxes, and so then you have to ask yourself, is this really that profitable once I minus out my shipping costs into Amazon? And with Amazon's fees getting higher on
Mhm.
things, you want to make sure your bundles are a certain weight. So you might want to find a lighter weight bundle. And I mean, I went through Inventory Lab yesterday
Mhm.
and I decided, what did I sell years ago in June and July? I was trying to like pull up some stuff. And so I went back to my Inventory Lab account 2016, 2017, 2018. I went through the years and I quickly looked at what was my best sellers just through June to the end of July. And I
Mhm.
had some oh yeah moments like, oh yeah, I used to sell that. Oh my God, you know what really jumped out at me the most
Mhm.
is the fee increases from Amazon over the years of bundles I sold back then at buy cost and what my final profit was compared to some of those same bundles I'm doing today and what my final profit cost is now. This is how much the fees have gone up over the years. It made me sad. Oh, the squish model. Yeah, that was Tynk, Nate. We can still put the link later, but it is Tynk
I
dot.
put the link in.
Hmm?
I put the link in.
Oh, you already did?
Yeah.
I just now was looking at the message, so.
Look at this. You could get the stapler for 35 and it's 53 over on Staples. Staples, are you sourcing from Amazon?
Are you
Oh my
sourcing your
goodness.
product?
Yeah. Remind me later. Where's the sort button? I guess there's not much to sort. Wow, this is way too expensive for coffee. Yeah, I think we're done with Staples. Boom, boom. And if things aren't working out, things aren't working out. That's okay. I brought up Office Depot too. Let's see here. Both coffee for the office is always good. And back to school supplies too.
I don't know if um, it's a popular brand in bundles for back to school, but I know at ASD there's that company that sells school supplies and it's very cheap and they have all the parts. And I believe the brand is called Basics. And I can't remember if it's like BASIC or if it's with an X. And it's not a brand that you really see in Walmart. Generally it's more name brands like Norcom and Mead and brands like that. But there are a lot of these off brands, which the quality is still just as good. Um, that possibly you can make school bundles.
We got a wholesaler for office supplies. They have Mead.
I've used this company here for ungating in the past. I used this company specifically to get ungated in Starbucks, officesupply.com. So this is a company that you can use their invoices for ungating. So if there's a brand that you find on here, um, this is a great site for ungates. What I bought from them in the past, they don't sell anymore for my ungating. But anyway, this company gives invoices.
Yeah, Starbucks Ready Brew, $8.99. So if you bought 10, it'd be about a $90 ungate for Starbucks. That's not bad.
Yeah, but I've never bought anything from them for flipping, only to get ungated.
What was the? They've got some things here. I don't know. I would have, this would be like a whole nother rabbit hole.
See, and you don't know what color you're going to get. It says randomly, so you're not getting all of those.
Where do you see that at?
It says in the title, randomly assorted covers. And you
Oh, gotcha.
one of those, yeah, because that would be an awesome buy right there. $1.19 for all of those.
Assorted Colors 6-pack.
Look at that, $24. And if it's the same exact one, 6x9, 100 sheets.
No, I think this was, yeah,
70 sheets.
close.
But I have sold on those kind of bundles before. Just make sure if you are going to look for these kind of bundles, anyone watching this video, that when you are stacking them, you want to alternate the spiral. So you'll have the spiral of, say, the blue notebook to the left, the red notebook to the right, or else those spirals, they'll intertwine with each other when you're packing them. So you want to make sure that you alternate that when you're sliding them down into your poly bag.
So if you could source this for $7.14 like that site, you got a $6.
That's right. That's right. And those do very well. And the great thing about school supplies is they will still sell once school has started, because some kids, they go back to school with a very basic, and they don't know what's going to be required of them until the first week of school. So sometimes some of my things didn't really start flying out of my store until school had already started. And school supplies sell well, even into Christmas.
Here's a 1-count Mead spiral notebook, 180 sheets. But even if you can't find, the exact match, you could make a bundle once you've sourced the product.
Yeah.
And going back to what Tino said, and we'll do another video about this another time, but was validating, is that going to be a good buy? How many bundles are up here? Is it something that's selling well? We've got 11,000 rank, 6,000 rank, 12,000 rank, less than 1,000 rank. There's quite a good rank going on.
Yeah, if I could jump in, how I would validate this one, if you go to the top where you already have your Mead, like to the top of this page, and what did you type in? So Mead Spiral Notebook 5-pack. Okay, so exactly right there. There are 329 listings for that. So you have to decide, is that too competitive? Now, of that 329, I guarantee if you go to that 329th one, it's probably not even really a Mead spiral notebook. So that's just the reality of it. Yep. So if you even look at the first 3 pages of Amazon, you could see how many of these are really Mead notebook packs. And you can start kind of mentally taking note and dwindling down. Well, it's probably not really 329 of them I'm competing with. And are the first 3 pages all having good rank? And the ones that pop up here on page 1, towards the top of the page, I noticed they had the word sponsored under it. When you see the word sponsored under a listing, it's because the seller of that bundle has it on an advertising campaign. And so they're ranking on page 1 because of their advertising efforts. These other ones are on page 1 and they're not even advertising. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yep, for sure. Now, Ozama says, is TOYNK for sourcing or ungating? I have only bought and sold Squishmallows from them. So let's see here. What are you looking for? So And I don't even know if I've really done it from this site, if I've bought and sold. Maybe. I know I use it for ungating. So I just type in, what you're sourcing, Squishmallow, and then you're going to kind of go through and see, okay, does this really, it's going to make me click. I can't highlight. You're going to click and copy and paste, go over to Amazon. And look for Howley. What did Howley look like? Howley is purple. So I don't see Howley, which is strange. Okay, so then the next one I would look at, usually I open up different tabs because it's taking my computer a little while.
Yeah, whenever we go live, the computers are always slower.
Oh. Let's look at this one, Jeannie the Yellow Tulip. Let's pick another one, the Valentine Day Squish Plush. Those are the 5-inchers. I know this 5-inch, this one I know is on there because I think I got that at, Fred Meyer has Squishmallows on sale. And I don't remember if I bought the elephant or not, but I remember looking him up. Cherish the elephant. Huh. I wonder if they got hit with compliance paperwork. Sometimes they will, and you'll see a rush of things, like all of a sudden it's not on Amazon anymore. It's a good indication that it might have gotten hit with something. Good morning, the middleman picker. How are you doing today?
There's a 5-inch one. I don't know how big he was.
Yeah, I think it was 5, but $10, $14.
Right. So you would lose money, but if you're just wanting to get ungated, then you have to ask yourself, is it worth the cost of the loss to get ungated in it? I know the Squishmallow I used, I think I made like 25 cents profit, but I just wanted to get ungated. So I wasn't worried about that.
Yep.
And then what you would want to do is check your account to see that you are in fact restricted on the exact Squishmallow that you're buying. You need to be restricted in your Amazon seller account in order to buy from them, to use the invoice to get ungated.
Yeah. Now, and I'm not, I can't, we don't have time to go through all of them, but that's what I would do. I start with the lowest price one. I copy and paste. I know the boba tea is really popular right now. There's some Target ones that are a good bolo currently for the boba tea. My Targets never have the boba tea squishies in there. It might be. I don't know. They all look the
That
same.
pink boba tea or whatever it is, I've seen that one all the time.
The pink one there?
I used to. I don't know about now, but I mean, I see it all the time at Walmart.
So if you were going to ungate, you may want to get this one because at least you'd make your money back. So that would be the best one for ungating, this purple boba one. It's a little bit of profit. It didn't take me long to find that. So it is doable to find things for ungating that will profit you a bit and get you the ungate. Is this something I'd rush out and buy? No, but again, you can go through here and we're going to shut that down for now and go back to school. There's a lot of Squishmallows, and I do the Squishmallows for, what is it, the Learning Center. There's the TONKY one. There's Target, and Fred Meyer are kind of my go-tos for Squishmallows. Are we done with mead for right now? We'll be done with mead. Let's do lunch boxes, maybe. Or what else do you want to look at Target or Staples?
I prefer finding backpacks, of course, in store at TJ Maxx and those kind of places. But where I've been more successful with backpacks historically is from Walmart. And of course, I like to get them once they're on clearance, right after the kids go back to school and what's left and on clearance. That's when I really like to look at them.
I'm gonna sign out of my account really quick, and then I'll go to Walmart. Maybe, if it will let me. It's like not wanting to work with me. So give me a second and I'll show you how we source on Walmart. I think I might have it. Yeah, the idea between showing you guys how we source is so that you can go and do this yourself. What's interesting to you? What do you have in your area? What are you finding in stores? What do you want to be shipped to you? All of that stuff. But it just takes a lot of groundwork. And whether you do that groundwork with a VA or tactical arbitrage or just the way we're doing it right now, you will find things eventually. Anyhow, okay, so I typed in backpacks. I don't know if it needed to be plural or not. And then over here on the filters, I go to retailer and I only want Walmart. I don't care about pro people. And then let's see here, best match. I'm just going to go price low to high. Ooh, I think my son needs this one for college. We got to find a laundry bag. Oh, let's see here. Esport. Here we go. Sonic.
And now we've got some of the kids stuff. So Walmart and the retailers are predicting what it will be popular is Sonic, Spider-Man, Lilo and Stitch, down below Mario. And so you can keep that in mind.
You can also hold your phone up and do an image scan.
That's what I was just about to do while you were looking. And I'm holding my phone up over that backpack. Amazon pulled up shower caps that don't even look like. So it's like sometimes that phone thing does not work. You hold it up over a picture and it pulls up stuff that's not even closely related.
Okay, I gotta have the picture right by. Okay, big face, not big face. Maybe he's not on here. Certainly not in the top few pages. Yeah.
I saw a Monster Jam backpack. I know Monster Jam stays pretty popular and seems to not be talked about too much.
What's Monster Jam? Where is Monster Jam? Where are you seeing Monster?
Trucks, big trucks. There was one.
Oh, the trucks. Yeah. I was thinking Space Jam or something. I don't know. Here we go. This one's a good little bundle. You get a backpack. Together. You get everything for $50. And that's not bad. They probably sourced this for about 15, sourced this for about 7, 8. This probably came with the set. This guy's got sorry, it keeps popping up, but this one right here has stamps. Oh my god, those are really cheesy stamps too. That's from Oriental Trading.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you can get that.
I recognize those stamps from Oriental Trading. This is like just whatever goofy stickers. They've got a door thingy. Yeah.
You're just trying to throw in a bunch of cheap little things to really sell the backpack that people just can't jump on their listing.
Yep. Spider-Man. The last Spider-Man was pretty good. I think Spider-Man's still going to be pretty hot. Spider-Man never really goes out of favor. So we've got a red Spider-Man on top of a spider. I gotta say it to myself.
And then I've been hit with compulsion. Say the word for me. The paperwork requirement for backpacks in the past. So be aware of that a bit.
Here we go. Here's a little 5-piece backpack. Oh my gosh, I love that.
It's really cool looking.
This one, yeah.
I think it's cool looking.
I think so too. It'd be kind of scary, like, you know how the kids stand in line and they're really close to each other?
Yeah.
You'd just be staring at that gorilla right in your face.
Wake up in the night and walk down the hall and your kid's backpack scares you to death.
Yes, it would totally do that for me. Sometimes you can do the UPC. And what's the fudge? What's the code to bring up the...
What do you mean? You mean like BrickSeek, where you can...
No. What's the code to get into the back end of the page here to grab the UPC?
Oh, I don't know about that. I only know how to do that on BrickSeek.
Oh my God. Okay, I gotta look at it. Look it up for a second. Okay, hold on. It's called Command to See Web. They call it programming.
So you can do
Source
this on
code.
any website.
Control U. There we go.
So on any website, you can do this and get the UPC. Like you can do
Yeah.
this on Walmart, Kohl's, any of it.
Yeah, I think so. There we go. So this is the back end, and then you just do Control F, UPC, grab the UPC, go over to
That is
Amazon.
so cool. I know I tried to do that on Kohl's before, but I just could never make it work.
Yeah, it's Control U. Control U. UPC didn't come up with anything, but you could also go out here and look at the web. Nothing's out there.
Yeah, and college bundles are great too. And the extra long twin sheets usually are for college dorm beds.
Yes.
Um,
I just bought some.
you did. And for college, a lot of people do like little care packages, like a food gift box, so to speak. So you can get a box, and inside of it is chips and Oreo cookies, and you see a lot of bundles like that. And then they also sell those same food bundles. They'll gear it toward not only college kids but military that are overseas. Um, so there is definitely a big community for college things that you can do for I don't know if it's back to school or going off to school, what we'd call it for college, but yeah, like the laundry bag that you had pulled up. What else do kids use in dorm rooms? I don't like cheap plastic dishes.
We've been watching the things and like what to bring to college, what not to bring to college. That also helps me with I like this care package. Help me with sourcing and whatnot. And they said don't bring the plates because you really don't want to be doing dishes. Just buy a thing of paper plates and compost them.
Yeah, I've never done one of these food boxes, and wow, have they changed since the last time I looked. Years ago, people did not have all the fancy, their customized boxes now. How we're seeing, the snack pack and the blue ribbon and how they've now created their names. There was only a couple of them around back when I used to look at these. I never had messed with them because I thought, my God, all these expiration dates, so I just didn't want to mess with it. But clearly it's profitable.
Ooh, like that one.
Art of sport.
7-pocket caddy. I'm getting caddies,
Yeah.
which is fine. And that's also good to know, like when you're doing your keywords and your item and whatnot, is it going to be hard for people to find? Because if all of this is in your face instead of what you're trying to do, then you may want to reword it a little bit differently. I was doing some Kong dog toys, and I kept getting Godzilla and King Kong, and you know things that were not what I wanted.
Yeah, somebody says shower kits. Yeah, with the flip flops and things, because like shower shoes with
Yep.
body gel or loofahs, just whatever. I've never looked up a bundle like that. There very well could be really good bundles that way, or you could make it.
Oh, I swear I saw this one. Ooh, I want this one. I'm not going anywhere, but I want it.
And see these at Walmart, they usually right after school starts, the backpacks, I believe, get lowered to $9. At least here they do. I know every state is different for how quickly or how low your stores clearance things.
Yeah.
But always TJ Maxx's and Marshalls are a great place to look for backpacks. I used to get the Trans Pack, but is Trans Pack one that now is coming after third party sellers? I know one of the name brands was, and I don't recall if it was Trans Pack or not, but those backpacks can go for really good money. I found them at TJ Maxx you know, as low as $10, as high as about $15, and they're selling for 45 and $50. Those can be really good ones, and I usually look for the ones that jump out to me a little bit more with some really fun and unique patterns. I've never heard of this website.
All time trading. I'll put it in the thing.
This looks like possibly a wholesale type of site.
Yeah, it
Yeah, because you have to
does.
buy it in bulk, 24 of them. So you're getting a variety pack. And these look like they are for the toddlers, the 15-inch ones. These are
Mhm.
toddler size backpacks.
I
So
just
that's
typed in
yeah,
wholesale,
for preschool.
which is fine. Good morning, Marcy.
Hi, Marcy.
I just typed in like licensed, and we got Euros, Hearst, wholesale, Trailmaker. I've heard of that, but I don't know if it sells well. This is the Blue Star Empire. That's another. It's like a closeout place.
I have bought from Blue Star Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all their stuff came packaged well that I've gotten from them. I will give a bit of a warning though with Blue Star Empire. I believe it's their site. They have multiple warehouses. So if it is them, which I'm pretty sure it is, you want to make sure that when you're shopping, whatever warehouse it is that you choose, pick all the things that are only at that warehouse, or the shipping gets outrageous.
I'm not sure I'm spelling Mandalorian right. Um, my problem with Blue Star is they will not give you compliance paperwork at all, which
Yeah,
is you just need to know that going in. And there's no like returns. A lot of these places you get what you expect, like great customer service or anything like that. Don't expect customer service. Period.
yeah.
But it is a wholesale site, and if you need backpacks, just plan on having. I can take this off for a second. Plan on having an alternate way to sell these. You need to be cross posting them, have an exit route, because if it gets taken down for any compliance paperwork or whatnot, yes, you have an invoice. That's not necessarily a problem with Blue Star, but you're not going to be able to get any regulation paperwork.
But like Lucy had said earlier, when you do list these things, Amazon always gives you 30 days to provide them that. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
buying a smaller amount and you do get hit with that, if the listing is good and the timing is right, you can easily sell out of them within that 30 days and then delete your listing. I've had to do that plenty of times with things.
Yep. I got another wholesaler here that might be good. I don't know. I haven't gone down. We're going through all sorts of rabbit holes for you guys today. But we've got volume pricing. And so it breaks down to $6.75, which was a little bit cheaper than Blue Empire, I believe. Is it the same ones? It looks like maybe the same. Yeah, that's the same backpack. These are going to be $9.90 a piece. And I know anybody can get an account with this one. With this site, I don't know. New to me, have not
I've
created
never bought
myself.
from them, no.
So we will shut down that. I might come back to these two and investigate later. I already have a Blue Star account, so I don't need that.
Blue
Uh,
Star Empire did have a discount code that popped up at the bottom at 10% off when you first went to that site. So in
mhm.
the end, they could maybe be more, maybe be less. What does one charge for shipping versus the other? Sometimes when you buy a certain amount, the company will give you free shipping. So sometimes there can be variables. You have to find out if you narrow it down to like, hey, I like these backpacks. I want to get these backpacks between these two sites. Do they offer free shipping at a certain threshold of spend, um, discounts, and then you can get your bottom line there.
It was like playing the matching game back in the day. You ever have that with the cards? You flip over the
Yeah,
cards, trying to match the cards. One of these Elsas just looks like the other. I'm not finding a single backpack from Walmart over on Amazon. Now I
they'll
bet you
be on
can.
there eventually. They will be. It's just probably a little too early.
Yep. Now I can't do it live, but like I showed you, you hit Control U, you get the UPC. You could go list this backpack then
If you could
if you
list
have
it
the
now,
ability.
you could create the listing, and
Hmm. What you can't do is buy it from Walmart and drop ship it to your Amazon person. Don't do
that's
that.
right. And if you wanted to, you could make a bundle out of it. So you could take, that backpack, and you could find some little thermos or some little notebook, and you want to be smart about it. If you found like the thermos for a good price, maybe at the Dollar Tree, if they had a frozen one, and then
Hmm.
you want to go to some other like discount store and find something like a cute little notebook that maybe is frozen or maybe just is purple, and put it
Hmm.
in there. And then that way you can save your bundle for yourself, because it would be too hard for others to get on it.
Very true. Very true. And um, the thing with Dollar Tree, some of it's really good, right? But a lot of times with cups or packs or whatnot, they, like the backpack, are going to sell you a variety of 6 things. So that's when you need to go into the store and actually make the purchases, which I need to do that today because I have items like that where it's like I can't do the bulk purchase from dollartree.com because I don't want all 6 characters. I just want the one to go in one bundle. So it gets a little tedious. I don't care for that necessarily. Oh my God, everything's out of stock. Okay, that route is toast. This one, let's see here. What were we doing on this one? I can't remember. I don't think there was much of anything going on. Let's look at last chance clearance. Sometimes that's pretty good over at Office Depot. Sometimes low to high isn't the best, and I'll do bestsellers. Oh my God. Mustache. This is a mustache, right?
Yeah, it's a mustache cell phone deal.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I spell suction.
Yep,
That,
just like that.
that's not right. Darn. I was for sure that was
But
gonna.
it was so cheap. I think it was 16 cents or something. That would be one of those fun things that you could buy in bulk and throw that into as your little bundle filler.
Possibly. You can't. You wouldn't be able to restock it,
No,
but it's there. We've got, what is this? 100 sheet capacity.
laminated paper.
Pooey. Just basic spiral notebook. I don't know if that's on there. Just basics spiral notebook.
There you go.
Is it a match? Do we have a match? Look closer. Oh, it's out of stock. Oh, I love that. You find something and it's out of stock. I don't know if the sheets and everything lined up.
Yeah, and
And I,
sometimes it may be available in store.
mm-hmm.
But at this point, I think we've kind of covered what we were looking at as far as ideas for back to school, and how you could start going down a rabbit trail and coming up with some back to school ideas. I was wondering if anybody had any questions for us before we have to go. And also to let you all know, if you are interested because you found some wholesale, I am willing to make some videos on how I validate items I would buy from a wholesale site.
I think we got to do those anyways. Clearing up my board here. Clearing up my board. I obviously have some to-dos. I'm going to go check out those 2 wholesalers that we found and give them a look-see. I'm just, yeah, let me see here. I was playing around with looking at this one here. We've got wholesale backpacks, wholesale $2 to $5 backpacks, winter accessory, wholesale socks, apparel. Ooh, wholesale toys. I'm just playing around. I got to go check these guys out some more. I don't know if anything's going to be licensed, but that might be something to add to our list of places to source at. Oh, I am waking up here, Tina. What do you got going on for the day?
Well, I have a shipment here next to me that needs to go out, and I have to call the vet for my cat. And what else is on my list? And that's it. Play with my crypto money. I got some crypto money to play with today.
Oh, wait, you got crypto money?
I do some crypto investing, so I've got to look at some of those things and see if I want to move money around. That has nothing to do with Amazon, though.
No, but like I lost most of my crypto.
Oh, oh, nice. Menards. I've never been in one. I've ordered from them, but as you know, Nate and Elizabeth, we don't have that store here. So that's cool.
Ooh, I was going to say Five Below has Squishmallows too, but I've never actually bought from them.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
I've bought from them and flipped them. They sold good.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Well, yeah, I had some crypto money, but I pretty much all it's went down.
Yeah, well, that has. All of it's gone down. Same with stocks. Everything's gone down.
So do you think it's a good time to buy like Bitcoin now that it's really super low?
Could be.
Or is it
I'm
going to go lower?
definitely no crypto expert. I'm just, I just dabble with it.
I think it's a lot like gambling. I mean, you go, don't be, whatever I invest in crypto, I'm like counting it as gambling. I don't expect a return. It's so unpredictable, and I don't understand it very well, but I have bought some. But have you made any money off of crypto?
I've just started learning how to do it just in the last 2 months, so I'm new.
All right. Well, there you go. Okay, I hope everybody, I don't see any questions coming in. So
no, I don't think anyone has any.
You are welcome, Cynthia. I hope you guys enjoyed sourcing and poking around with us and the information that flows about that. And you got some links and you got some wholesale places to go check out, see if it will work for you or what you're trying to do. And yeah, I've got a busy day lined up in the office here. I got to finish up inventory. Ugh. I had a garage sale and I sold a bunch of stuff, so now I got to make sure it's not listed on eBay and gets accounted for. So I hate doing inventory, but it needs to be done and always feels good afterwards.
Yeah.
Have a great day. Let me see if I can see who user that is. Kaylee, have a great day there. And
thanks for joining us, you guys. And just so you know, this does end our June video series of online challenge. We will work on some other things moving forward, but we probably won't do any kind of a challenge or a couple time a week videos on a topic for the month of July. So we will be sourcing back to school things ourselves and bundles and getting ready for ASD come August.
Yep, I bought my tickets this week. Super excited. And I have a companion pass, but my daughter doesn't want to go, so I'm bringing a friend. But she's going to go hang out with my other friend, so I will be with you guys at the convention.
All right.
You're in charge of the button.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to sign off now, y'all. Bye.
Bye.